Hey, what's up, guys? So today in this tutorial we will see what are the requirements to start with the Flutter development. So in order to start with the Flutter development, the first thing which you will be in need of is the Android Studio. So already I have installed the Android Studio. What you can do, just go and search for the Android Studio over here, and this is the Android Studio. So this is the software which you have to just download and install. That's it. So we will be making use of the this thing virtual devices from the Android Studio just in order to run our applications. I'm making use of that. So for that purpose, I'm making use of the Android Studio. My website is not opening properly. I don't know for what reason. Okay, so I have opened in another browser, Brave. So okay, so from here you can download and install the Android Studio over here. So this is the website. And the next thing, what will be in need of the Flutter SDK. So just go and search for the Flutter SDK and you can download and install the Flutter SDK from here. So I'm the Windows user, so I'll click on this, and after that, where is the Flutter SDK? Okay, desktop, and here. Okay, so click on this and download this file. This will be the zip file. So once you download this, what you do, you have to keep it in the folder from where you can access it, not in the C drive. So when it comes to the keeping it, so in my PC there is a C drive and there will be D drive. You can keep it in D drive. If you keep it in the C drive, it will create some permission issues. I have kept it in the documents or somewhere. Okay, I kept it in the these documents. This is that unzipped file, and there is this bin. Okay, so you have to copy this path of the bin, and you have to go to the environment variables, system environment variables, and click on path, click on edit, and here I've already pasted it. Okay, so click on new, just copy paste it. Okay, and this should work fine. So since I've already added, I will not do that. So just click on OK and click on OK over here also after that, and apply and OK. Okay, so click on apply afterwards and then OK. So in order to see whether the Flutter is integrated properly or not, so just come over here and type Flutter, and then you will see this output. So if you see this output, that means Flutter is integrated properly. So these are the two things which will be needed. First, the Android Studio, and second is Flutter, and third is VS Code. So if you want to run your app, so you will be in need of the VS Code. So let me just open this application with the help of the VS Code over here. VS Code over here. So I've already installed the VS Code. So if you are using the Flutter, so click on the extensions over here, and you have to install this Flutter. Okay, so search for Flutter and install this first one. Okay, so you will see right now I'm seeing the uninstall option because this is already installed on my system. So click on install and install this Flutter thing, and this will help you in your development process. So first of all, install the VS Code and then install this Flutter extension, and I will show you how to create a Flutter application with the help of the VS Code. So now let me just go to the Android Studio. So when you open the Android Studio, it will look something like this. Okay. Okay, so after that, click on the more actions over here and go to the SDK manager. I think I've done some variations over here. So, okay, so click on this Android 14.0 over here for installation purpose. So, if you click on this, you will see this download option. You can click on this download, it will just download it. By just clicking over here, you have to first click on the apply and then okay. But as of now I don't want to install this, so I will just remove. Then go to the SDK tools, And inside of this SDK tools, there are this Android emulator, this thing, Android SDK platform tools, then the Android SDK and Android SDK build tools. Okay, so you have to click on all this. You have to click like this, and then you have to apply. It will download and install all these things. So since I've already installed, I will not do this. SDK updates, these are not required. Okay, so only thing which is important over here is SDK platform and SDK tools. Just click on these things and click on apply, and then click on OK. Okay, so I hope this is fine. And this is the location where your SDK is stored, like whatever you download and all. So now, once that has been done, what you have to do, just click on this more actions after that. Then click on this virtual device manager, and there is this virtual device which is already been created. Let me just rerun and show it to you. Let me just close this virtual device. Okay, so just now the virtual device which I've closed, that was this Pixel API 34. Okay, so first of all, when you will come over here for the very first time, you will not see anything. So click on this plus sign and click on this phone because we want to execute on the phone. You can create whatever device you want, but it is always advisable to create a phone. Then Pixel folder I have selected. You can select whatever you want. Then click on next. Then select one version, like I will be going with this, and then click on the show advanced options, and over here you can see the advanced options, like how much RAM you want to allocate to this device. Like by default it will be 2. If you want, you can give the 8 GB so that your device is functioning properly and everything. You can give the internal storage whatever you want, and then just click on finish. Okay, it will create the device. Once you click on finish, you will see one entry like this. Now if you want to run this virtual device, click on this play button over here, and it will launch the emulator. And this is how my emulator would look. So it has already deployed my this thing emulator device. So this is the device on which I'll be running my application. Okay, so if you want to see whether your device is detected or not, so click on the ADB devices. So now it is saying the emulator 5554 is offline, which is basically this emulator. It is offline right now because it is still booting. And once it is done with the booting thing, then it will show the status as online. Okay, so if you're not seeing this ADB thing, then you have to install the ADB also, but by default I think it should be installed by the Android Studio. But see whether you can see the ADB or not. First try to run the ADB. If you see this, then it's fine. Then otherwise you have to download and install the ADB as well. But by default I think Android Studio does that. It is not quite required. Okay, so now my device is getting ready. Let me just pause this video for a while. Okay, so now as can be seen, my device is ready, and I can see some output over here. It is a little bit laggy. So now if I just execute this ADB devices, it will show the status of my device over here. My device is up and running. So now let me just do one thing. Let me just minimize all these things. And there is this folder which I've created, which is Flutter folder, and I will open my VS Code. Let me just directly open the VS Code only. Let's not make the things complicated. Okay, so over here now, after installing this extension of the Flutter, now it will give you some advantages. I will show you few things right now. So click on the Control Shift P. After that, it will open like this. So over here, you have to type the Flutter, and this first option what you will see is a Flutter new project. Then click on this application over here. Then you have to select the folder. On the desktop, I will be selecting the Flutter folder. I will say select this folder. Then I will give the name of my application. I will give the application name as a hello world and hit enter. Then it will create that application and it will open up for you over here. Okay, so my emulator got crashed. I don't know for what reason, but now it is working fine. Okay, so my application is also ready. Like the whatever code it needs to be downloaded, or like it, the repository is ready right now. So what we can do, I will just show you how to run this repository. Just click on this terminal, run, and start debugging. So it will run your code over here. Over here you will see all these things like steps, like a pause, restart or stop, whatever that is. This is also known as a hot reload. I will show you what is this hot reload. So whenever you make changes and if you don't see it over here in the emulator, you just have to click on this hot reload and it will just reload all your stuff. So this is how you will be running your Flutter project in the Windows. The process for the other operating systems like the Mac and Linux and all, it will be different. But for this, it will be the exact same process. Like if you want to run the project inside of the VS Code, so this is the process exactly what you have to follow. And it has imported this material that I will explain you all these things in the future classes. But as of now, let me just show you the basic application, like what is the basic code what you can expect to see on the UI when you will run the Flutter project for the very first time. Okay, so now it is installing the APK file on this emulator. So very first time when you will be executing the app, it might take a little bit of time, but I don't know why it is taking so much of time for me this time. Okay, never mind. So it has already installed the application, and this is the first look. When you will click on this, it will give the count over here as it will keep on incrementing. So that's not a thing. And this is the text over here. If you want to just change it to something like "Hello World," just save it, and it has changed it to the "Hello World." Okay. So this is how our app would look, and reflection is also very fast. As soon as I just change anything over here, and if I'm just saving it, very quickly you will see the reflection over here. So execution is much more faster compared to the React Native and all. So yeah, so this is our very first application which we have built and executed. And in the future classes, I'll show you how to build this application. So thanks for watching. This was all about the Flutter. Keep watching the series of the Flutter.